Music bed.
Hi there, welcome to Gaia Longevity. My name is Mike Chan, I'm the CEO, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of the facilities, show you what it is that we do here. Good morning. Good morning. So welcome to House of Gaia. This is the first and only longevity medicine practice here in the Philippines. And what longevity medicine is, it's the fastest growing field in modern Western medicine. And our goal is very simple. Can we engineer your body to be 100+ strong? So that is not a promise, that is not a guarantee. It's just a bar for health that we set so high that we're going to maximize your chances of living 10, 15, maybe even 20 years longer than average human lifespan. I'm going to show you how we do it. Come. So these are our consultation areas, and our members, that's Doc Donna, our members are actually required to come visit their longevity doctors once a month so that they can go through their progress reports in person. And we've also envisioned this to be a collaborative effort. We're not just targeting longevity physicians, but we're also looking at collaborating with endocrinologists, cardiologists, nephrologists, anyone in the field of medicine that need co-management with their patients. If they are interested in doing more than just stenting or giving medications, they can actually work with us, and together we can co-manage their patient so we can use precision lifestyle medications in order to reverse diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and obesity. Here we have our, thank you Daddy, so we have our imaging area. So remember this, ladies and gentlemen, heart disease is the leading cause of death for men and women. It kills more people than all cancers combined. But we have very little tools in order to track progression of heart disease. Here, with the advent of AI, we can take a simple ultrasound of your neck arteries called the carotids, and using AI, we can infer how much plaque you're already developing in your heart arteries or your coronaries. So, one of the hallmarks of our practice is predictive interventions. We find disease early and we intervene early while it's easy. This is our members lounge. So our members can actually come and stay here. They can actually work, bring their friends, or they can wait for their relatives while they're doing their tests. Hi Jerry, hello. So I'm gonna take you around later, but first I want to show you some of the other facilities of the center. So here is where we do our office markers and our vitals. So we check for height, weight, blood pressure, blood sugar, and most importantly, we have devices to check for body composition. So your body composition is way more important than weight or BMI alone, because it tells us what the weight is actually made of. Is it lean tissue, is it bone, is it muscle, or is it just fat? So the studies show that the higher your muscle mass index, or the amount of skeletal muscle that you have, the longer you tend to live. Not only that, even if you're genetically predisposed for dementia or heart disease, you will get them later in life by as much as 10 years if you have a high muscle mass index. So with these devices, we can check muscle loss or muscle gain in grams. Very, very precise, very, very data-driven. The same is true for blood pressure. Most people don't really track their blood pressure, and they're told that 120/80 is fine. But in longevity medicine, we want optimal blood pressure, which means we want it closer to 110/70. So we track regularly our members every time they come here. They have to undergo that. This is our dry sauna facility. So we use this because we know with finished studies that people who regularly do saunas 4 times a week, they have way lower incidence of heart disease. Not only that, sauna is a very powerful way to detoxify the human body. Problem is, you have to use a specific kind of sauna. Infrared saunas will not reach the temperatures we need for maximal detoxification, and the steam sauna, it will be too hot. It's actually going to burn you if it's a wet sauna. So we do a dry sauna here. This is our pharmacy. We carry longevity supplements here, geroprotectors you won't find in the general market. Here, we have our aesthetics center. So We want you to be 100. We don't want you to look 100. So this is where we take you so you can do skin rejuvenation. The skin is actually, interestingly, one of the easiest organs to regenerate just because the turnover of the cells happens so fast. So if you influence it correctly, you can get very good skin rejuvenation. Here, more aesthetics. This is also where we do our bone density test. People think that osteoporosis or osteopenia is a disease for old people. It's actually a childhood disease, because what most people don't know is that your bones are fully formed by the time you're 19. Once you hit 19 and your bones are not fully formed just because you did not get enough sunlight or you did not get enough exercise, then we know from scanning that your risk for osteoporosis or osteopenia will begin way earlier than the average person. So it's important to track. And it's also important because now we have the technology to actually build bone that didn't have that technology before. So this is our hydrotherapy. So colon cleansing is very, very popular nowadays, especially among women. If you have problems with bowel movements, this therapy can actually help. And over here, we have a hyperbaric chamber. So most people are not aware that one of the main causes of disease is actually a condition called hyponia, or your tissues are starving of oxygen. It needs oxygen to function fully. And the reason why that is, it's because oxygen is carried in the hemoglobin, your red blood cells, and they travel through your vasculature. As you get older, the quality of your vasculature degrades, so the oxygen can't really get into the tissues the way it used to when you were younger. Now, if I put you in a chamber like this, I can compress the oxygen. I can give you 100% oxygen, use pressure to compress it so that it no longer has to ride the hemoglobin but can carry through the plasma. So that's direct oxygen infusion into the tissues. So if I hyperoxygenate your tissues, I can get them to behave younger as well. It's also a very powerful regulator of something called HIF1 alpha, hypoxia-inducible factor 1A. And what that does is if you activate it transiently, it actually releases stem cells from your own bone marrow. So it's a very, very potent repair mechanism. This is why in hospitals, they use it for non-healing wounds, right? Or post-surgery. So it speeds up the healing process precisely because of that. So I'm going to take you around here and show you our other facilities. Here, this is where we practice regenerative medicine, cellular therapy, exosomes, peptides. So if you use them correctly, they're very, very powerful adjuncts on slowing down pace of aging. Just don't make the mistake of thinking that these will replace actual lifestyle foundations that are necessary in order to build good health. If you use them as adjuncts or accelerators, you can actually speed up the healing process and the rejuvenation process. But if you will rely on them solely to fix your health, you will be very disappointed. This is where we manage pain. So PMST, pulse magnetic supertransduction. If you have any pain, you have to deal with it as soon as possible because it's only going to get worse as you age if you don't fix it. So this device not only relieves pain, it can accelerate tissue healing, joints and ligaments. Last but not the least, photobiomodulation. So this is our medical grade red light chamber. So this is meant to augment the effects of sunlight. So everybody knows that we need vitamin D in order to thrive, and that comes when sunlight contacts your skin. It converts cholesterol into vitamin D3. The problem is most people with today's lifestyle, they don't get enough sun. We were designed to be 90% outdoors as a species. Today we're 90% indoors. So that device, along with others, can actually help in restoring optimal function. So that's it.